Well, first of all, I would like to give thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Everything I can and I've ever done has been because God has helped me. I have realized over the ages that I can do nothing without God. That's why I decided to get the tattoo that says, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. Becoming a black belt is something that God has led me to. I believe, you see, whenever you accept Jesus as your Savior and God comes into your life and you ask Him to control you and to guide your path, He will. And that's what He has been doing to me. Not because I'm better than anybody, but because He's good all the time. The way that God has guided my past and present, He's used Mr. Anta, Mr. Arcia. I don't believe in coincidences. God brought me here. There was a purpose for this. We started here basically because my wife and I, with our son Lucas, we wanted him to learn how to fight. Well, the way it worked was that Mr. Anta and I go to the same church. I did not know that. I did not know the man. So I'm watching TV one day and I see his commercial. Coincidence? No. So God brought me here. He thought Miss Anta had invited us. No, He had not. She had not. And I see the way that God has done everything. Now Lucas is growing up. He's learning how to defend himself. These guys have been a great inspiration to me. Mr. Arcia, that guy is brutal. I would see that guy kick that bag, and I said, oh my God. And I would hold the pad for that guy, and he would push me back, and I said, unhuman. Mr. Anta, man, he's a beast. I mean, you can see this guy here. Look at this. Look at that physique. I mean, the man is, I go to lift weights with this man, and this man is strong as hell. You wouldn't believe he's strong as hell. But again, why? Because he doesn't do anything on his own either. You see. It's God that works through him. This school here is not your typical martial arts school, let me tell you. This school here is a school which teaches, besides it teaches you how to fight and fitness, it has Christian fundamentals and background. And that is very, very important. Because God is in this place. That's why He's able to do what He can do. That's why He has been able to get all these diplomas. He recognizes that it's not Him. So let me say, and let me be humbled to the fact that, again, this is something that God has done in my life, and He gives me the strength. Nevertheless, it's been hell. I have had to put forward effort, and these guys have been my inspiration. And I'm very proud to be with them here, and I'm going to continue to stay here, and I'm going to continue to work out, and it's a pleasure. I never thought that at my age I was going to get a black belt. When I was a kid, I did a little bit of karate. Then I went on with my life. I got married, etc. But how God remembers what I wanted to do one time, and He says, you know, I'm going to give you that. So He gave it to me. He brought me here, and He gave me this opportunity. So thank you guys for being here, and to God be the glory.
Alright, so first of all, thank you everybody for coming to support me. It really means a lot, honestly. So this is my third black belt, and each time I want to compare it to like the previous one because I feel that's the most comparable thing to attribute it to. My first black belt was my junior black belt, which was kind of like a transitional phase from like a student to more of an instructor, kind of base level instructor. I hadn't really taught any classes yet. So I was kind of worried when Mr. Anta and Mrs. Anta told me that I'm going to start teaching classes and all that stuff, especially with the little kids, because little kids can be all over the place, right? And so there's a saying that goes, you don't master anything until you can teach it to somebody else, right? And so I feel like this was in my third black belt. I got my second black belt, my full black belt in martial arts in Kung Fu when I was 16. And that 2-year period of being an instructor, full-time instructor, is what really got me to believe in the discipline that's required for this, because martial arts stresses more than any other sport, I want to say, the mental aspect of everything. When you think about something and when you believe in it and you set your mind to it, you're not going to stop, no matter what it is. That third black belt, I've been teaching, I don't know, I think it's like 3 days a week, and I teach all the little kid classes and the big kid classes, right? The adults and Muay Thai classes. So there's a big drastic difference in that. When you teach a little child's not gonna know much of the technique. They're a lot less coordinated. They don't know what's going on for the most part, right? And so you have to kind of coerce them towards that end goal, right? We want to progressively teach them, and in a way that's not necessarily boring, but in a way that they can learn and appreciate what they're learning, right? It's that curiosity that first got me in here in the first place, where I thought, hey, maybe I can do that. I saw somebody doing a kick somewhere, I don't know what, and then I thought, hey, maybe I can do that. So it was that curiosity for me that I wanted to keep spreading to all the kids, you know, to everybody that I teach. When you're teaching adults, adults follow along more quickly. Adults pick it up fast, and you're able to teach a lot more in line with what you want to go through, right? But when you're teaching children, it's a lot harder. It's a lot more in depth, and you really want to put yourself out there so they can reciprocate that back to you. Once again, I want to thank everybody that came here. I want to thank my parents. Honestly, shout out to my parents because they've been super supportive of me this whole time, the past 18 years. I've been here 14 years.
Wow.
So that's like 75% of my life I spent right here,
Wow.
which is pretty crazy. And so I want to thank them for keeping me here. I want to thank everybody for coming, and thank you for witnessing this with me over the course of my second black belt gave me a little bit of knowledge, but hopefully this third black belt is giving me a little bit of wisdom to go along with that. Thank you guys.
Right.
Hi guys, I'm here getting my black belt in Muay Thai. I started my journey to lose some weight. I was 50 pounds over what I am today, and to do some quality time with my kid. And I realized after a while that it was a matter of attitude, and that it was more important to set an example for my kid than to get the black belt or whatever. I've trained hard, it's been hell, but I'm very proud. I have here a lot of people that have trained with me for a while. It took me 3.5 years to get here, but I'm proud that I am here and I got it. Probably next time I will be here talking is when my kid Matias got the black belt. He should be the next one, so I'm proud of that too. But I recommend that you do this. Do it for yourself. It's a good way of keeping your shape and doing things the right way. Thank you.
So yeah, it's not my first one, but it's definitely, they're all important. They all teach me something different. Yeah, you're right. I came in as a cocky, just all I wanted to do was fight. That's literally what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into cage fighting, and I wanted to go beat up the world and take it head on. When I first came in here, it was a heck of an experience. Because the first day I walked in with Mr. Anta and like his 100 something certifications up on his wall or something, and that, you know, that completely changed my outlook. I was like, I want that. I want to reach stuff. I want to get to different places. I want to meet all these incredible people. And so I did that, and I kept going, and I still want to keep going. And I went for I got my second black belt with him, and then I started teaching. And you know, he started. One of the things I heard from him a while back, I don't remember when, was you know, a proper teacher doesn't just teach; he inspires, and that's always what I try to go by. And you don't just, you can teach somebody, but to teach somebody who could then teach somebody, that's when you know you've really taught somebody. And I really feel like I've gotten there so much better through him, Mr. Arcia. I saw him when I first came in too. I wanted to fight him. And he had great kicks. I mean, I wanted to fight him. And then now here with my third, and it's now that I've seen so much, I've seen change. When you look at the mirror and you see a different person, that's when you know you changed. You know, when you no longer recognize that person who you look at the pictures here like, you know. I'm sure everybody has them. Don't look at me weird. Everybody has those pictures. Alright. That's when you know you've set a goal. You've reached the goal. And then now it's just to accomplish another goal. This may be my third black belt, but by no means is it my last. Thank you guys.
My name is Matias Fernandez. I am 18 years old, and like my dad said, I recently started college. I started the summer semester, and while I found it quite challenging, of course, I realized that if you set your mind to something, you can achieve what you want. And that's why I'd like to thank everybody here, especially my dad and Mr. Arcia and Mr. Anta, for helping me reach the black belt, the level that I've been wanting for 4 years now. And I would like to thank you to everybody. And if you can all achieve whatever you want if you believe and you're dedicated to what you want. Thank you very much.